Hey guys, I thought that I would share with you a little drive that we took with Baylee the other day. This is not the ride I talked about in one of my videos where she came up and sat up front with me. I don't think that video's up yet, but this is one we took, I don't know, about a week ago. And I thought I'd just share a little bit of the nature and a little bit of Baylee as we drive. I had to stop talking so that she could have her say. I know I wasn't completely in frame, but I was showing you her tail. She's growling and she's barking, but she's wagging that tail and just happy as can be. She doesn't have a mean bone in her body, but she does bark at certain types of things. Not little dogs, but she does bark at big dogs, and especially brown dogs and cows, and sometimes deer. But she's just cute as can be. I had my window down. Hers was up. And just look at that little profile. Isn't that the cutest profile you ever saw? She has a dirty face in this video, though. I filmed it and I thought later, why didn't I clean her face? She has a tendency when she eats or drinks, half of it goes everywhere but in her mouth because of her long tongue, I guess. And she flicks things up on her nose, and then she likes to lick our glasses if we have a drink or something like the green juice we drink. Anything healthy wise, we'll let her have some of it. And she gets it on her nose and she gets it on her ears, her little ears crusty at the bottom. And I was like, oh well, next time I'll remember to wash her face before I put her on camera. But she is enjoying this ride. The wind from my window being down is coming back, and hang on, she's going to get upset.
Baylee, it's just a cow, bull. Oh, yeah.
As I was saying, my window was down, so the wind was blowing back on her little ears, and she just was really enjoying it. And you see, she was barking at the bull and wasn't very happy, but yet it's not a mean bark. It's not a I want to hurt you bark. It's just you're different and you're unusual, and I'm just going to bark because it makes me happy bark. There's some deer out there, and I'm on my camera, not on my camera, I'm on my phone, so, and we're also moving occasionally, and so I'm not very good at catching everything really up close. I think she's going to bark again. Hold on.
She sounds like a big dog. It's okay, babe. It's just deer.
I love her bark, and we're going to go through some land now, some pastures, some farmland, and I'm just going to show you different clips of different areas that I'm driving by, not the whole area, but just different areas of some of the beautiful areas that we have around here, the beautiful landscape and the farming. Anyway, her barking is awesome to me because Baylee is 12 years old. She turned 12 this year. Baylee did not bark until she was about 9 years old. She did not howl. She did not make a peep. She didn't make a sound. I just thought she couldn't. I didn't know that she was able to. And Buster was the one that was always barking, always howling, and his howl was such a howl that when he would do it, his front paws would come off the ground. It was so powerful, and he loved his voice. You always were hearing Buster. So it's possible that she just didn't feel the need to say anything because Buster was always talking. So when around the time she turned 9, Buster would have been probably 12. And I guess she got tired of hearing him talk all the time, so she started talking. One day, she was out on the back deck by the pool, and I heard this funny dog making a oof, oof sound. She didn't even bark like that in the video that you just heard. She barked differently. And I went out to see what was going on. I thought a neighbor dog had gotten loose or something. And she's out there with her head through the fence and or the little slats of the wood deck, and she's barking her little head off. And I was so thrilled, and it was so funny. And Buster was just standing out there looking at her like, hey, you can do that too. It was so cute. So ever since then, she does not bark all the time. She does not howl like Buster did. She doesn't have that beagle howl, although she does occasionally have a little bit of a howl sound. Most of hers is a bark and a little grumble growl like you just heard. And she's very selective about what she barks at. She's very selective of who she barks at. She doesn't usually bark at people unless they have a dog that they're walking. The dogs usually have to be large dogs or certain colors of dogs. Just, I don't know, set her off a little bit. I don't know why. And the rest of the time she's silent. She's quiet. But she's a sweetheart. So my finger's in the way, sorry. Anyway, I really enjoy this little ride that we took. It's a bicycle route my husband takes. And back when I was riding my bike with him, I would take this route with him. And there's lots of farmland, lots of hay is being cut down now. We see lots of cows. We saw a lot of deer this trip. I didn't film all of them because it's kind of hard to catch deer on my phone. And I was telling you, I was on my phone, not my camera, so the quality's not as good. And look who's filming, right? So, and then we did see a lot of rabbits. And this we're coming up on is, I think, the llama farm. Yeah, out there you see there's a llama, and a little bit to the left that we're as we pass by, you'll see the barn, and there's baby llamas out there, and there's goats, and I think sheep, but it's hard to catch them unless they're right up by the fence because they stand out in the pasture and they get kind of far away, and zooming in is okay a little bit, but still the quality's not that great. But anyway, that's a llama that you're looking at right now, in case you weren't aware. And what else? Oh, there's a donkey on this ride that I love so much, and he's not too far from my house. So when you leave my house and you drive just around the corner up the road a little bit, he lives in a pasture to the left with some horses. He is so beautiful, and I just love him. I love seeing him. There is another donkey that lives in the other direction away from my house that I pass by every time I go to the grocery store. He lives in a big fenced area off the side of the road with a sheep. And he and the sheep are buddies. And I've been here 9 years. And he and the sheep have been buddies for 9 years. And I am going to be so sad if those people ever move or sell the house, or if that sheep or that donkey dies. Now, from what I understand, donkeys live a long time. I also have heard that sheep and donkeys make really good companions, and they are actually friends. So I was surprised at that when I saw it, but it's actually something that goes on naturally. But they are so sweet. And I really love them, and I want a donkey so bad every time I see it. I'm not sure if she's going to make a noise. Nope, she's just hanging around. Isn't she cute? She's got the cutest little face. I just love her. I miss Buster a lot too, though. I mean, he was just something else. He was so unique, and she is too in her own right. And she had her little vet visit the other day, and I told you about that in a video. This will probably go up before that video. In that video, I'm saying, you know, everything looked fine, she looked fine, she's doing okay, and that we were going to hear from the doctor or the vet in a few days about her results from her test. Well, we did hear from the doctor, and we do have a problem, and we're not very happy about it, but we are taking steps to try to minimize it or eliminate it or see if we can reverse it. So she's changing her diet a little bit, and just different things, but I'll probably share that in another video with you. But y'all just think about her, keep her in your little thoughts, and, you know, she's my little baby, so I want her to be okay. The farmland out here is beautiful. They grow corn, they grow tobacco, there's all kinds of other stuff growing. I can't tell you what everything is because I don't know. I'm not a professional farmer, so I don't know what goes on out there. But I do recognize corn when I see it. I usually recognize tobacco. And this is just a little area where there's a bunch of horses, and they were kind of far away, so it was hard for me to get them, but they have some beautiful horses out here. And I just love them. I'd love to have a horse, but man, the maintenance and keeping them up, I'm sure, is a lot. I'd like to have a place where I could put a horse, a cow, a goat, a sheep, I don't know, maybe a llama or something. The area I live in is outside the actual city of Murfreesboro, so people out here do have things like that. They have cows and goats and stuff like that. But I live in a homeowners association neighborhood, so I don't think I could get away with it here, even though there is room for them. The neighborhood across the street, though, they're not homeowners and they have lots of stuff like that, and it's a really nice area. I definitely would love to have a donkey and chickens. I would love to have some chickens. I think that'd be so cool. I had chickens when I was a kid. My dad got chickens, but I won't tell that story because it didn't end very well. But it was fun while we had them. My dad's bright idea was to have them for future use, which my idea of having a chicken is to have a chicken. It's a pet. That's it. You know, I just want the pet. If I had a cow or anything else, it would just be a pet. We also had a rooster, and I know y'all are going to think I'm crazy, but I actually taught that rooster to crow. He didn't know how to crow, and every day I would go out there and I would sit and I would crow. Finally, he mimicked me. He actually crowed. I know everybody's going to think I'm just crazy off my rocker, and that's not possible, but it's the truth. Now, maybe he just had poor timing and he just happened to crow when I was out there crowing with him, but we had him for a long time and he never made a sound until I started working with him, so I'm going to take credit for that, okay? We also had some ducks at one time, Charlie and Clacker. And Charlie was the boy and Clacker was the girl, and Clacker had a deformed mouth, but she was cute as could be. You could see her tongue on the side of her mouth. And um, we dug a hole out in the backyard where we kept them and filled it with water every day so they'd have a little puddle and place to swim. But Charlie always went first and he would run Clacker out of the water, and he always ate first and make sure that he got his fill, and then he would allow her into the food area. But he wanted to make sure he got bathed first too. He was kind of mean. You know, maybe that's natural stuff, but in my mind I'm thinking, why can't you just share this water together, you know? But they were fun. They were fun to have. I enjoyed them for quite a while. I won't share with you the fact that my brothers and I had to haul sewer buckets out to the woods. Another bright idea Dad had. Okay, I know some of this stuff that you're watching is not up some of your guys' alley. Some of you don't want to see videos like this on an art channel, and I'm just so sorry. But some of you do enjoy it. And I believe that it's so easy to click out of a video to another video that I'm putting this up for those of you who enjoy a little bit of nature, a little bit of humor, and who just want to see a little bit of the area where I live. So this is the hill I'm going down right now that you can go about 50 miles an hour on your bike, 55 miles an hour. And up ahead, it's too light right now, but up ahead where that cloud looking, you know, mountain looking thing is the city of Murfreesboro, and at night you can see the whole city lit up. It's beautiful. There's the donkey. That's my favorite little donkey guy. And he's kind of blurry. I didn't get a good shot of him. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little tiny snippet of the area where I live and some of the nature. Baylee says hello and thanks for watching, and so do I. See you guys. Bye-bye.